Hello, my name is Nicole Heels, and if you can't tell already, I am very excited to welcome you to my class, Soul Origins Embodying Home. And to give, a preview, ultimately, I came into the idea for this class, which I'm sure if you follow me on TikTok or, if you've seen me post about this on social media, I always connected to Linda Backman and reading her book on soul design. And ultimately, the book is here. So she's a soul regressionist and she has had, I believe, 20 years of extensive work as a soul regressionist. And like many soul regressionists, they put their findings in a book for people to read, ultimately, that are here for the reasons that you're here at this class, that want to connect to something deeper, that feel the call to connect to something deeper, that feel the call ultimately to home, and to a sense of home. And we're going to be getting into that during this class about coming home, but also in a specific way, because ultimately we are here on earth, right? Like that's something that can't be bypassed, and that's something that can't ultimately be ignored. And so this class is a deciphering of like, what is this call to home? Is it really a call to home, or is it a call from home? And ultimately, it's for beginners, it's for the intermediate, it's not a prerequisite of like being super spiritual. It's ultimately for anyone that feels a call to their soul. Because ultimately, my teacher, Miriam Hasna, she has this quote that she, got from someone else and just recited to us while in class. And it was deep calls to deep. And ultimately, I've always held that in my heart because it's like if you feel the call toward the divine is already calling out to you. So, being here, I'm really glad and happy because you felt the need to call back out to your soul that was already calling to you, and that does take a lot of courage. It does take a lot of guts. And yeah, I'm happy you took the plunge and that you're here now. So, ultimately, based on this book on soul design, we're going to be getting into Dr. Linda Backman's theory on the three different types of souls that she's been able to uncover in her regressionist work. And if you're here, you're most likely want to know if you're an earth-based soul, if you're an angelic realm soul like me, or if you're an interplanetary soul. And I do have some of that as well. And yeah, we're going to be getting into the concept and her theory of soul origin. And we're going to be feeling it out and seeing, I know what it sounds like, and it may sound resonant, but when we get into it, what does it feel like? And so, a little bit about me. Not only am I a teacher, I am a writer as well, but also I guess identify as a spiritualist. I have been into spirituality for a while now. I do attend a school on coming into my gifts and just different topics on like spiritual law and, getting really deep into soul work. Because ultimately, we came to Earth for a reason, right? And a lot of us, even coming into this class, may not really know that. We did come to Earth for a reason. We did make certain agreements on what we were going to be able to do here on Earth. And that's ultimately why a lot of us feel this mass calling on a collective level to hook into something else, to connect with something else, I have my own theories on soul origin and connecting that into our sense of home and what we think of as home. And I'm very excited to get into it to hopefully help you awaken into your own information, your own soul, and your own sense of authentic being. And so we're going to get into it.